Soybeans and wheat continue to see the plus side following the release of the latest USDA acreage predictions for this year. Agnews' Michelle Rook has more reaction in markets now.
A mostly higher day in the grains on Thursday, with the exception of corn. Sam Hudson is back with Corn Belt Marketing. Sam, let's talk first of all about the wheat market. It's been kind of the leader. It's had a bit of a chart breakout. Is it just short covering, or is there some risk premium being put in?
I think it's mostly short covering. You look at some of the geopolitical risks we have going on in the Middle East. You got a few weather problems, not only here in the U.S., but in Ukraine as well. And that's just enough to maybe get people to the sidelines, even if they're not real fearful of what could happen. And as you mentioned, maybe the biggest driver is just the fact that the chart continues to make higher highs and higher lows. And typically that can even them up on that cause. It's also a market where you don't have probably a situation like we have in corn where you're approaching first notice day. You got to get some longs to the sidelines. I just don't think you've got that dynamic going on in wheat right now.
I was going to say, you have that big up day in wheat. Corn really can't follow. And you think it's just because we're getting farmers selling here ahead of delivery?
I really think that's a big part of it. I think you've had a lot of carryover supplies. We got the January report that we're still dealing with the hangover from, and there haven't been many opportunities since then. We hopped that March contract to 435 or something, maybe here a couple times, and just no love over that, despite the fact that we've continued to see beans strengthen up.
Sam, the uptick that we're seeing in soybeans, do you think it's more China hopes, or is it more biofuels hopes at this point?
I think it's both. I think it's a bit of the hype kind of got us going, and the fact that the soy oil has continued to run, I think just helps continue to buoy that. You're also seeing, more optimistic expectations moving forward, whether it's optimism on 45Z or what other biofuel policies we could have. But even in the Ag Outlook Forum, they're forecasting a bigger pull there.
Yeah, USDA Ag Outlook meeting numbers really didn't have much impact on the grains, did they?
They didn't. They came in, I think the average trade guess was to see around 95 million acres of corn. I think it came in at 94. Again, I think that helps keep December corn's head above water because it's very pertinent that we get that acreage in. And the way, soybeans have rallied here in conjunction with the fact that fertilizer prices have continued to rally. When you look at pounds of nitrogen per bushel of corn, it's one of the worst ratios, if not the worst, we've actually seen in history. The fact that we saw a pretty good acreage shift to corn last year because that price dynamic has me thinking, these numbers could actually be realistic.
Thanks so much. Sam Hudson with Corn Belt Marketing. That is Markets Now.